to the farmhouse. My name is Felicia Tappan. I am from south of the Mason-Dixon because I've lived all over the South. And I currently am self-employed. I have real estate rental property and I'm building a wonderful raw organic gluten-free snack business. And this is the home that my husband and I built one nail at a time. So it's really hard to walk through this home that we sold about 6 years ago and reflect on the memories that, you know, with life, you think what life is going to be forever, but boy, that doesn't happen. But we pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and we keep going. That's what we do. My history is farming for 30 years, trees, blueberries, tomatoes. My husband came down with Alzheimer's and life changed. We sold the farm, moved to town, started learning about raw foods and how they would heal the body. So I learned all about that and started feeding that husband raw foods, and we did everything we could, but Alzheimer's finally took him last November. And so it's really hard to stand here and go through the house and think about all these memories and not cry, but you know, life goes on. And so the raw food research got me into making kale chips, and all my friends said, you ought to package these kale chips, and I'm an entrepreneur, so I said, no problem guys, we'll do it. No, what this business means, what it means to me is the future, to build a business to leave to the kids, and well, it also has a lot to do with my retirement. It's going to make it a wonderful thing because we make the best kale chips in the land. I'm unique, often referred to as the oddball by my husband. So I can take a bad thing and make it a good thing. So before Hurricane Irma came through, I cut down this rotten tree. When I got home, I cleaned up the tree, and now I have a beautiful fairy house. Working doors, and over here I creatively put in some stained glass fall windows. We're looking for fairies that want to move in, so if you knew any fairies that need a place to live, have them call me. Probably the biggest challenge was the hurdle of facing life is not what you think it's going to be anymore. You know, when that diagnosis of Alzheimer's came, really couldn't hold on to the farm. You pack your whole life into a 50-foot trailer and close the door and you go, well, what's next? And here we are, 6 years later. We took care of my husband, my daughter, and Amanda and I, who's my business partner, cared for him all the way up until the very end, and that was an extreme challenge to having a successful business during those years, but that business gave us an outlet and it kept us grounded to the world and not into just the whole depressing caregiving thing of somebody that's not there anymore, but their body is still going every day. So that was a huge, huge undertaking. Boy, talk about learning patience. We learned patience, kindness, and love like you wouldn't believe during those, actually about 10 years total. That was the biggest challenge.
Something interesting about me is that I went to Florida's last one-room schoolhouse. Another really neat, interesting fact about me is that because I live so far away from civilization and Duet, I went to a school in Sarasota, Florida, which is an hour from my house, just to be on the swim team. And the cool thing is that my dad drove me every day to school, so I spent hours with him every day as he took me back and forth to school. Now, moving forward, being able to live a product and do a product that honors his legacy of being sick, but also us able to take care of him, has been really neat. And so I just love that thing about me and my past and how I can really incorporate things I've done through swimming and so much time with my dad to now having this business, which is really an honor to him. My business means two things to me. The first thing is that we are going to create a legacy for my family. The second thing that my business means to me is that we have the ability to create food that can heal others, and so that just fuels my passion to see other people healed by food, and that can use our food as a means to heal and feel better and live better, and that just gets me out of bed every morning. My biggest challenge with this business has been taking care of my dad for basically the entire history and life of our business. That was just emotionally draining and very physically tiring, and now that it has come to pass, I'm really looking forward to a new big challenge.
My name is Amanda Gurton. I'm from Duet, Florida, and I make delicious kale chips for a living.
And I am mom, business partner, Felicia Tappan, and we actually really live in Palmetto, but we hail from a farm in Duet for 30 years. And our business is Slow Foods Kitchen, which is an organic, raw, vegan, and gluten-free business that don't let that scare you because our food is absolutely delicious and
Delicious.
tasty. Awesome. Addicting is what our clients tell us.
We are asking for $100,000 in exchange for 15% equity in our company.
What we're going to use the money for? We need equipment to be more efficient. This beautiful machine right here costs $17,000. We really need 2 more of these to meet the demand that our product is going to have. And we need a $12,000 mixer. We need a $1,500 emulsifier. Our #1 selling product is kale chips. Why do we sell kale chips? Well, you know our story and our history a little bit. Kale is one of the best foods on the planet, and it feeds your brain.
And it's delicious.
And addicting.
And we don't do crumbs. We do whole pieces of kale, and it's delicious.
Crispy. Very crispy. It's so addicting.
A whole piece.
We love our job.
No crumbs. Yum. Delicious. You just wish you had a piece, don't you?
That's what we do. Who knew kale could be so delicious? So this is one of our main products. This is our kale chip, which is delicious, and people are loving it. So our product is raw vegan. That is the sound people love. That means that we take raw kale and dip it in this sauce and rub it all together, stick it in the dryer, remove all of the moisture, and we're left with this really delicious, crisp kale
Crunchy.
chip. But what makes us different is that unlike our competitors, we're not over processing our kale so it turns into crumbs. We get these big, large pieces. We're not using any preservatives, no fillers, no cheap ingredients. We even hand squeeze our own lemons to make sure we have fresh, raw lemon juice. We have no patent pendings. We're researching trademarking our name and logo at the moment. We are pretty far into our process. We've developed our main product line. We are packaging it, and we are producing it and distributing it across Florida.
In about 40 different locations at the moment. Well, let me go over our sales numbers for you for a moment. The business was started 3+ years ago, April 2016, and it started out of, well, a real sad situation. My husband was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at age 52. So when the diagnosis came, then all of a sudden we stepped up our organic, natural food eating at home to raw organic eating at home, and we learned that you can heal your body with raw foods. Well, we got the hubby pretty healthy, but we never could get tackle the Alzheimer's, and he has since passed away last November. So from the onset of our business, my husband's care, Amanda's dad, always came first. So our business really was grounding us and keeping us focused, not letting us fall too far into depression during this time of life that was real tough. So that's why our numbers are low. So the lifetime sales in 3 years is $67,000, but in the past year, it's been $37,000, and we're expecting our sales to be $80,000+ once our organic certification with the USDA comes in and our new packaging comes in, and we get out and do some more cold calling, which is how we built our business, by cold calling other businesses saying, knock, 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 we're here, here's some good product, would you like to have it on your shelf? So we're standing in a commercial kitchen that we built after we did market research for 2 years at the local outdoor market. We built this nice 1,000 square foot commercial kitchen, and I have personally invested $50,000 to date with the permitting and the construction, the equipment that we have in here now, and just operating expenses in those first few years when our sales were really low. And we're at the moment right now in our business where sales are good enough to keep us going, keep buying new supplies. Well, I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I've had multiple businesses, and I'm ready to step my game up to the next level of beyond into upper management and true success with a shark.
I really want to be on the show and work with a shark because that takes us to the whole new level we could have never imagined before. I'm a pretty young entrepreneur, and I just would love that hands-on mentorship from someone who's been in the business and can grow our business and help us leave a legacy.
Which shark wants to be a Kaleonaire with us? All of them.